Let's talk about hands in a movie not about hands. Like them hands in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom was my movie. Now, it was a dumb, fun movie, and even though the story was okay, it looked amazing. One thing this movie ventured into doing for the first time in the series was throwing them hands. Which makes sense when your main character is played by Chris Pratt. The scene starts off with the selling of the Indoraptor being interrupted by who I like to call the Headbuttosaurus. Lil Buddy lives up to his name by knocking the wind out this man who actually tried to guard him. Set that nigga flying like an anime nigga. Owen then pops up like Batman and runs up on the first guard he sees, wanting all the smoke. He knees, then flips man like some pancakes, then weaves the other mans before being able to set up a counter. Fam wasn't tired though and was able to get out of the sleeper hole. Owen weaves the staff 2 more times before landing a beautiful right to the buddy's ribs. Owen was trying to end it all, but Guard did a nice spear while Owen was wide open, and I meant end it all. Owen cocked that hand back so far I thought he was about to swing and yell plus ultra. While that's happening, just the most adorable little rampage you've ever seen is going on. Oh, who's a cute little Headbuttosaurus. We go back to delivering a vicious left hook and a right the fuck uppercut, sleeping that guard off him. He sees the bad guys trying to escape with the Indoraptor. So he mushes one guard out the way before starting this nice one shot. Made Buddy look like he slipped on a banana peel. Then hits another guard with the infamous Sparta kick. And look at my man's footwork going under to the right and then landing that hook. Then Saitama's this man's face with a leaping left. Damn. That guard got slept so bad I think he lied on his resume. And finished the round off with a good old classic yeet. But peep this. The whole time Owen was washing them boys like old school laundry, the Indoraptor was in the background begging for the smoke. I felt like I heard that nigga in the background instigating like a motherfucker. All y'all niggas trash. Sorry ass hands. Pussy ass kid. Garbage. Let me out if y'all really bought it. Yeah, y'all don't want no real smoke. Bitch ass niggas. But you know who do want all the smoke? Oh, yes you do. Yes you do want all the smoke. Wait, never mind. My boy slid. I definitely enjoyed that scene and even looking at the behind the scenes as they looked like they had a good time making this scene. I mean, look how many people are getting tossed around for fun. I enjoyed the fact that these people got paid that day just to get yeeted. Also, as an extra bonus in the behind the scenes, they even show a couple of different angles of that one shot. While I did enjoy the final shot in the movie, seeing those angles would have been nice too. Luckily, I know how to edit. Yeah, this is also fire. But that's it for quickly appreciating hands in a movie not about hands.
Let's talk about hands in a movie not about hands. Halloween edition, like all the smoke Michael Myers had in his latest Halloween trilogy. Just like how I did with appreciating Freddy vs. Jason, I will be treating Michael's butcher knife as an extension of his hands. Starting off with the first movie of his latest trilogy, Halloween had us ready with Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role as Laurie Strode as she goes toe to toe with the boogeyman Michael Myers. And that's truly where the hands start. Before this, Michael Myers was going on easy mode, but of course he and Laurie are going to go at it. We start to scrap off with Michael finally making it to Laurie's home. Laurie came out strapped. She originally wasn't trying to scrap. She wanted to immediately put Michael on a shirt. Laurie creeps on the door trying to surprise Michael, but she should have stood a foot away from the door instead of right on it. She know Michael ain't strapped. Michael got that Batman code, no guns when he off people, cause Michael goes through the door and palms her hair like he's about to say, I do, to this ass whooping and killing, and bashes her head to the door like 4 times before turning her around attempting to take the air out of her. Laurie then remembers that she's still strapped and tries that t-shirt idea one more time, but only manages to take some fingers off instead. Michael slips away to regroup and Laurie checks on the fam. During that time, Michael manages to get upstairs with Laurie not too far behind. Laurie's prepared for round 2 though. Ain't no sneaking behind me, bitch. She follows Michael into her mannequin room and of course Michael set up his own trap as well. He leads Laurie to a distraction, then confuses her one more time before leaping out for the attack. Michael uses the shotty to choke out Lori, but she gauges Man's eyes to get free, and she takes out her knife to swing, but Michaels does a Floyd Mayweather-like weave to the first strike, into countering the second so that Lori stabs herself. Then throws her like he's throwing her into the ropes, right off the building. Myers was out there admiring his work, instead of keeping his head in the game. Because the moment he got distracted, Lori was out of there. Michael heads back downstairs to terrorize who he thought was a scared Judy Greer. But surprise motherfucker.
Gotcha.
Here comes Lori for the third and final round of this movie, with another swing and a miss, with the counter from Michael. I'm starting to think that Michael might actually be in the gym putting in that work before murdering, before delivering one more vicious back shot from Michael. Damn. Lori recovers and uses the pan to deliver a nice backhand into an uppercut combo, knocking Michael down a story. The girls escape and manages to trap Michael with a final kick to the face in an attempt to burn him alive. Leading into movie 2 of Michael with Hands. And man, he was really about that smoke with this one. His first encounter after literally escaping smoke is to start smoke with some of the town's firefighters. He viciously beats one, while taking out the other in such a savage style.
Take my hand now!
Michael's like, I ain't taking your hand, but you gonna catch these. Michael walks out and everyone knew what was up off rip. You ever approached an aura so menacing that without one word, the whole crew knew they had to jump him? Yeah, that's the energy Michael gave these boys. Michael starts to charge, and one of the firefighters puts the hose on him, but Michael walks through 200 pounds of pressure to jab Mans right in the face. Parries the next and hits him with a hook, takes away the other fighter's swing and jabs him as well. Gut checks the man into the air. Michael raised that man in the air like he cresting him to be king. Lastly, Final Buddy gets overpowered by the pure strength of Michael. Mans was playing no games in these updates. We didn't get a Lori versus Michael in this movie for some reason. The ending did give us some of the most smoke Michael has ever partaked in all his movies. We end this movie off with Lori's daughter luring Michael into the street, where it seems like the entire crowd is ready to jump Mans and put him to sleep.
From God!
I mean, they pulled up with confidence.
It's Halloween. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
They just knew that Michael was going on a shirt tonight. And Michael just slowly puts on his mask, ready to feast on all that smoke. But you see, they fucked up with letting that man get ready. This ain't Dragon Ball Z.
At least I did something instead of just standing there staring at them.
We do that a lot.
But anyway, Buddy with the plaid pajama strikes first, knocking Michael off balance, then doubles down with a hook to the face. His neighbor must know the sneak technique, cause he comes out of nowhere with a swing of his own. Mike goes for a right swing, but first Buddy also knows the ancient art of weaving, while another hits Michael from the back.
This we going to I vow.
You found it.
That's a valid. I would take that valid.
This man deserves to die. How you bring the only insta-kill, besides the sheriff, get point blank and then miss? Damn shame.
Shame. Shame.
He lucky other Buddy came clutch with the hit to the gut. Mans learned from his last mistake and loaded the entire clip on Michael. Another stay down, double tap from Buddy, and another one, and some more, until eventually it's jump season. They actually got Michael to take a nap for a second. I'm impressed. But me personally though, this is when I'm doubling down. Extra head stomps, unloading like 3 more clips, the works. I need to see the head come off. But hey, that's just me. That should have been them too, cause Mike wakes up fast and heads for the knife, but Karen intercepts and delivers the final blow to their onslaught. Once again though, extra head stomps, 3 clips, etc. Well, they take too long for my plan, and Mike makes a comeback, starting off with a left, ending Old Timer. Then an uppercut to Tony the Tiger dressing at. Then takes out the leg and arm of another before right swinging one buddy. Mike is just beating ass at this point. Not the beat off arm. Then takes out another with a right hook. One of the main characters is last to go with a body blow. And a taste of his own medicine. How was the whole town able to successfully jump someone, then fail at jumping all in the same night? Make that make sense. Transitioning to the last movie, Laurie and Michael Myers finally had their last battle. After Michael finally makes it to Laurie, he searches the home for her, but this time around, Laurie lays the distraction for Michael, allowing her to knock the knife down and getting a nice swing in. She goes for a second, but Michael catches it and puts her in a position not fit for a horror movie, then slams her head and throws her down. Mike puts his foot on her throat trying to end it, but Laurie remembered that a 60-year-old man's knees are bad and kicks his only kryptonite. Laurie gets up, but ain't shit changed as Mike slams her and tosses her again to another position that makes me want to lower the volume. To make things worse, Mike went from scary to just being a dick. Mike over there looking like yeah, about to turn your bitch ass to Dr. Connors. Laurie says fuck all that and headbutts her away from having a strong hand, with Mike tossing her around again. Laurie preps herself for a wild swing, but Mike catches it and has her like, stop poking yourself, stop poking yourself. Laurie tries to rip the mask off, distracting Michael long enough for Laurie to strap his hand and comboing that with a vicious swing, popping the old man's shoulder out of socket. Obviously he's pissed, but that doesn't matter as Laurie overpowers him and, hey yo. This movie low-key freaky, but she gets another knife to deliver another crucial blow. Look at the release on Laurie's face. You could tell it's been a while.
I haven't had no sex!
But Michael isn't satisfied yet, like,
Another one.
and goes for another round. But Laurie isn't having any of that. And throws a whole fridge on him so he can finally chill. Just as she was finally about to deliver the fatality, Mike had one more in him. Luckily, Laurie's granddaughter came in clutch and snapped that man's arm like a Kit Kat commercial. Laurie finally ends man, but I can't lie, this was single-handedly the best double tap ever. Man, they hooked that man on top of the car like a bed mattress, took him to the dump, carried that man's body like Tobey Maguire, then crushed that man so that nothing was left but tomato soup. I mean, you can't double tap better than that. But that's the end of Michael and his hands. Mike was out there giving smoke in these movies.
Let's appreciate hands in a movie not about hands, like that stairway fight scene in The First Purge. The First Purge was a horror thriller film, but it features one particular scene where hands were just being thrown. In the movie, the one throwing out hands is Dimitri, played by Yalan Noel. I remember this actor as the sole reason Issa had 3 additional seasons in the show Insecure, but he takes his frustrations of fumbling Issa Rae on these mercenaries. Dimitri wanted to catch them off guard, but like an evil genie, he kinda got his wish when they run into each other and nobody was ready. Luckily, Dimitri has better reflexes because he was able to go hood John Wick on these boys. He disarms First Buddy and backs him up to weave the other guy's bullets, then grabs onto the gun while delivering a vicious right elbow. It took the death of his third homeboy to realize that this holding the gun shit ain't working, so he throws a left and a right hook
and they both get weaved. But the clean thing is, while he was getting weaved on, Dimitri judo chopped Mans to his right mid-weave before taking him to the wall, kicking the other guy again and weaving another left. Bro wasn't even looking with that punch, he out here just hoping for the best. Jump game didn't last long, as Buddy gets dropped with a kick while Dimitri and the other Buddy are stiff arming the fuck out of each other until they both take a tumble downstairs. Buddy, who was already knocked down the floor, gets lit up then falls down another floor. My guy falling down these stairs like a slinky. The right elbow turned Buddy into the second slinky. And look at the form while running down the stairs like he's training to be All-American. He Sparta kicks this man to the ground just to hit this man with the bedtime story because it's night time.
You ever go night night, nigga? You ever go night night, nigga? Everybody go night night, nigga.
This stood out for me because the movie damn near created an action hero inside of the horror film, because Buddy in this movie was handing all types of L's to bad guys. Looking at the behind the scenes was also fun, just to see how they maneuvered around such a small space. This movie wasn't about hands, but I appreciated the hands in this movie. Let's talk about hands in a movie not about hands, like that final fight in Undercover Brother. Undercover Brother was an action comedy in 2002, bringing back the 70s blaxploitation style of movie, a genre all about fighting the man and karate, starring the main man Eddie Griffin.
Would you stop fooling around?
Now this was during peak Eddie Griffin. Mans truly had an underrated great run in his prime. I'm talking about from the Deuce Bigelow's, Double Take, Malcolm and Eddie, The New Guy, My Baby's Daddy's, classic, and all of his comedy specials. Peak Eddie was a beast. In this movie, he plays as Undercover Brother, a rogue Afrocentric agent set out to defeat the man and his minions. Before the final fight, we can thank another comedy legend in Dave Chappelle, upping the stakes by letting his inner child needing to press buttons come out.
Atomic core. See what this so-called button does.
Attention, atomic core set to overload.
My bad.
If you want to know what Dave Chappelle's
What's
role
up?
was in this movie,
What's up?
this is pretty much it.
Struggle is up, brother. Oppression is up, brother. Salami, eggs, and bacon.
Nigga, what?
Now that the stakes are raised, Undercover Brother and his crew must escape before things get hotter than when you burn your lip on a Hot Pocket. While his friends escape, Undercover decides to settle things with the bad guys once and for This man, Chris Kattan, was a gem in itself in this movie. We start this chase with the most flyingest flying kick that me, you, and even Eddie has ever seen. Once he finally lands, he mixes that up with a nice sweeping leg, finishing last buddy with a mean 4-piece combo from Popeyes. Real quick, gotta replay how smooth that chop was after the right left, before throwing that night. Lovely combo. Then, for no reason, gives this man the most, what's the new phrase? The most
Diabolical!
fatality ever. Mans don't get paid till next Friday and use his last car change for that bag. Truly savage.
Just bought those.
Sorry about that.
Once he catches up with the Mans, right hand man, they do their final bring it gestures while the actual movie is using Michael Jackson's Beat It to set the mood. The actual scene is lit as hell, to be honest. Once Eddie finally serves Buddy, the fight officially begins. Undercover misses the flying kick but weaves the right hook to deliver a right left to the body, followed by a vicious cross. Real quick, let's appreciate the appreciation this movie gives to Bruce Lee when Undercover Brother walks this man down. He follows that combo with another weave to a leg sweep. Then the right hand gets a good hit in with a damn flying crane kick, rocking Undercover. Call that man Danielson. They get back to scrapping until Undercover hits him with a spin kick so hard that he hits backflips like he's getting ready for a pep rally. And now he's pissed. So now, with the big baddie having 2 blades on his arm like a Wolverine from Temu, Undercover gets on his track shoes and tries to survive the round. And the bad guy was actually in his bag until Mans violated cultural laws. Hey yo, cue the DJ scratch.
Oops.
The movie was actually still jamming to Mike's song, and even the song went,
"You mess with the fro, you got to go."
Oh, it's a wrap now as Undercover hits him with a flick jab, then a flock of uppercuts to a mean left hook. This is where Undercover says, "I got more Bruce Lee for that ass." Well, A for effort. But Undercover brother tricks him as Buddy is now completely defenseless against this jab, bing, cross jab, bing, bing, and a backhand so rude his mom heard that from across the world like,
Sweet Jesus! Lord have mercy! My baby!
now it's time for the finish. The bad guy tries to get away, but once again, Undercover is just absolutely as he literally sticks it to the man. Buddy needed that Batman shark repellent. Well, that's all for now. Eddie Griffin wasn't exactly an action star, but I appreciated his hands in this movie. Hope you enjoy these quick hands for today. Until next time.
Let's talk about hands in a movie not about hands, like Freddy vs. Jason as a Halloween treat. Now this movie was the truth back in the day. This was one of the first matchups before it was a normalized thing. Nobody was ready for how big this moment was, and the movie delivered. But of course, since I'm talking about it, they also delivered these hands. Now this fight had 3 rounds like a UFC match. The first round happens when Freddy finally manages to put Jason to sleep. Freddy was going for a 1-round knockout. Mans had the "I don't get paid for overtime" mentality.
We in and out, we don't get paid for overtime.
After he sets up home advantage and does a little bit of his infamous shit talking, he goes at Jason, but Jason is the one that gets the first 2 hits in. Freddy just lets him do that so he can remind him that he don't play fair, and regenerates his arms like he's Piccolo. Then hits him with the combo he could have used to audition in Mortal Kombat. And ends with a classic Sparta kick across the stage. My man's out here looking like Doctor Strange with all these magic tricks. He's torturing Jason with his own weapon, disappearing in a cloud of smoke, levitating this man around, making him look like a Sonic pinball. Then dropping whatever this is, like one of those pianos falling from the sky bids. Freddy goes to check on Jason, when Jason lets him know that he ain't hear no bell, and chucks him so hard that his water broke. But that ended up being a good thing, as Freddy learns a secret only canon in this movie, cause Jason is the Aquaman of horror movies, like his last name is Momoa. But in this movie, he's afraid of water. Freddy uses that knowledge to torture Jason for a while, until the main character wakes Jason up by slinging this man out the van like a frisbee. This pisses off Freddy, which leads to this fuego shot of Freddy leaping out the waters in a red tinted scene. Meanwhile, Jason is trying to thank the other survivors for waking him up, but for some reason they keep running away. He just want to talk to y'all. That leads them into an abandoned building, where his killing game was a little dull. But these left back hands were on point like a rock. But this was also a trap to get Freddy into the real world, and it works. Now it's time for round 2. Since their weapons are pretty much a part of them, I'm treating them like hits instead of slashes for this. But Freddy immediately weaves a right hook and delivers an elbow before weaving 2 more swings. This gets Jason stuck for a bit, but it doesn't matter as he flings Freddy across the room with his free hand. Then he catches up to him and gives this man straight brawly vibes as he drags Freddy through a bunch of windows before sending him to a new part of the stage. Apparently Freddy slid to do some quick killing. Bruh left to go kill real quick like he was gonna give him a boost. But Jason ends up getting the kill by splitting up Destiny's Child just cause he still wants smoke with Freddy.
This is the last round.
Well, Freddy spammed the ribs, then continued with another MK combo. Too bad Jason is eating all of those shots and hits this man with a left that sends him flying to a construction site. This gives Freddy the idea of shooting the tanks like torpedoes at Jason. But it's a shame because Freddy got that stormtrooper aim for majority of the shots. Actually, if you look closely, Jason has visited Weave City before and got some souvenirs until Freddy finally got the hang of it. It sends Jason all the way back to where Freddy is able to trap and pin Jason down. Right when Freddy was about to deliver the final blow, a touch of bad luck hit him, and his own trap got the best of him. Freddy gets back to weaving and spamming, annoying the hell out of Jason. When the trap finally works, and they both get sent flying to the dock. Freddy's out here exhausted. He forgot this shit real in the real world. Then looks in horror as he sees Jason getting up still wanting more smoke. Freddy is out here flabbergasted. Jason taking a beating like Apollo did Rocky, and he's still getting up, while Freddy's legs are done. Jason is ready to go for the KO and start delivering haymakers to Freddy's body. Look at him, I'm tired, boss. Man's out here fighting for his life right now. Freddy wasn't down and out yet and manages to handicap Jason for the rest of the fight. Freddy grabbed that machete like he was He-Man.
By the power of Grayskull.
Now Freddy caught his second win and is utilizing every breath. My man's is popping off the 2 deadliest weapons in horror history. Freddy out here holding 2 infinity gems of horror right now. All he needs now is Leatherface's chainsaw, Michael Myers and Chucky's kitchen knives, and Candyman's hook, and you got the infinity gauntlet of horror movies. Freddy would be unstoppable. He already OP with 2 as he is just beating Jason like he's trying to change his name to Toby.
Damn! Steve! What I say about him so hard, man?
He turns that man over just to give him a worse eye poke than the ones in UFC. Then Freddy delivers a body shot that got Jason grasping for air. Oh yeah, some humans were in the background doing shit, which was about to make the dock explode. I ain't talking about them because this ain't about them. They ain't throwing any hands. But Jason still is. Boom. Left that left rib wide open, letting Freddy get a taste of what that gasping for air feels like. Then he's like, I'm tired of this glove, and rips the whole arm off just to be safe. Freddy gets his final lick in when the dock finally explodes, sending them packing. Freddy comes back for one more attempt to kill the main characters here, looking at them like, that was free eats, and you ruined it. But Jason came out the water like, fam, we finna share this L, and get his get back before falling into the water. Then these motherfuckers take the Freddy kill and claims it for themselves. Like, bro, what? They camped this whole time, then jumped in when them boys was on low HP. Weak. But that's it for Hands in a Movie Not About Hands, Horror Edition. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you like the content. Until next time, y'all be easy.